On a clear summer day when the sun is out, you can hear the sounds of laughter coming from the coastal line that runs along the yellow sandy beaches. Duck and Oliver works on the coastal line, or what they call it, the Little Western. The two engines work closely together and are both great Western engines. However, they can bicker with one another, especially Duck. One day at the harbour, Oliver was having trouble with some trucks. The trucks had slipped their brakes on, but Oliver didn't know. Hold back, they said. This was making Oliver annoyed, but by accident, Oliver pulled too hard, and the coupling snapped. Oliver went flying into the sea. Bother, said Oliver. The trucks laughed and laughed. Duck was called to help, and he gave Oliver a lecture. You should know by now, Oliver, that there are two ways of doing things. The Great Western Way or the wrong. It wasn't my fault. I didn't know they had their brakes on, said Oliver in defense. Duck grunted. Well, if it was me, he said, I would never be as silly like you. That's not at all the Great Western Way. This made Oliver more cross, and the two argued and argued all the way to the works. And when Duck left the works, he was still going on about the incident. The other engines screwed tires with Duck, but Duck didn't care. He was telling all the other engines why they should always follow the Great Western Way. A few days later, Oliver was ready to get back to work. When he was, Oliver and Duck would see each other. Duck would always tease them about his predicament. Be careful today, Oliver. You might go swimming. And Duck tooted away. This made Oliver very cross. Even the troublesome trucks grew annoyed with Duck's gloating. Who does that engine think he is? One said. To think that he has never done the same? Let's play a trick on him. And the trucks giggled. Duck was sent to collect a train of fish for the villagers. Behave. I do not want to tolerate your behavior today. Do you understand? The trucks giggled and they pulled away. Duck was making perfect timing, and the trucks were being a bit too good. As they approached the old pier rails, the trucks played their trick. Go on, they said. Duck tried to take back control, but there was nothing he could do. He skeeted onto the old line and plunged into the sea. The truck's plan worked. Cinders and ashes, he said. The trucks laughed and laughed. Suits you right for boasting, they called. Duck was embarrassed. The fat controller arrived on Donnell and was not impressed with him. I have heard all about your boasting, Duck, and I was very surprised. Due to an accident with Henry, we shall leave you there until the cranes are available. Maybe you can think about your attitudes towards others. Duck sighed. He sat in silence, but not for long. Well. What do we have here, Duck tried to look away from them. It seems, Oliver paused, that there's a duck in the water. I'm quite surprised. It's certainly not the Great Western Way. Oliver laughed and laughed. Duck was the most upset. Later on, at the works, Duck was apologetic to Oliver. I'm sorry I was boastful about your accidents, Oliver. There was the wrong way. That's all right, said Oliver. We all make mistakes. Let's hope, he said, that we will never see a duck in the water again. And the two engines laughed.